welcome our today's guest, none other than Dr. T.P. Sasikumar. Sir, we are so delighted and honored to have you on our platform. And to the lovely audience, I would like to introduce, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce Sir. Sir is Space Scientist and Deputy Director, IA, DGS, Government of India, New Delhi, MSc, MPhil Mathematics, PhD, Fluid Mechanics, Heat Transfer, LLB, MBA, HR, Knowledge Management, MS, Psychotherapy and Counseling, former Director, UGC, ASC, Calicut University, Section Head, DAPS, ODTC, Photo Lab, MI Library and Training, Adrian Space Department, Hyderabad, Scientist, SAC, Ahmedabad, Scientist, PP and PM, ISRO, SQ, Bangalore. Sir, I think it will take me one complete session to just introduce you. Sir is also teacher, writer, public speaker, educationist, science communicator, soft life skill trainer, spiritual director, psychotherapist, physiotherapist, student of Ayurveda, Vastu, astrology, ritual, tantra, therapist and healing, and the list is on and on and on. So today I take immense pleasure in inviting Sir on this August platform presented by IDYM. So Ravi Kumar Sirji, thank you so much for giving us such powerful speaker today. So would you like to add something? I would request Ravi sir to add something before I move ahead to the engrossing session. Ravi ji, आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's a very great day for all of us. IDYM Foundation is working on a space exploration program, and today we are I was trying to connect with sir for a long time. Fortunately, I was able to connect you last week. Today is a very great day. It is another movement for Cellular and India, and I request everybody please watch him and get inspired by him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ravi ji. So coming back to, as I told you, the most powerful speaker that we have got, and all of us know that IDYM is very passionate about space. And what is space? Is space just what that we look up and see? The stars, the sun, the moon, the sky. What is it all about? There's always a mysterious aura around space. So this reminds me to start with, I would like to quote what Squadron leader Rakesh Sharma, when he went to space, I think it was in the year April 1984. He was the first Indian and 138th person to travel in space. When the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi asked him, how does India look from space? He replied, Sare jahan se acha. So with this beautiful note, let us begin today's journey. Sir, with journey, I think I come to your academics, because when I was reading your academics profile, there is no end to it, no end. So tell us something more about your academic journey.
Namaskaram, IDYM Foundation, and I am also in that same family now. And thank you, Dr. Seema Negi, for the kind, generous introduction. I am a tank engineer, Ravi Shankar, for hosting me here today, and I must also be thankful to all the other 81 participants who are listening. Nice word, journey. For most of the people, academics is only a adding qualification. For me, it was a journey. I don't know whether knowingly Dr. Seema used the word journey. Journey is something when you enjoy, otherwise it's called travel. A physical shift is called travel. When you enjoy, it's called journey. So I enjoyed my academics. Though in the early schooling education, I know that Dr. Seema is principal. When during our school days we were having only headmaster, not even headmistress. My time hardly we see ladies sitting in the headmaster chair. So headmistress were not in my life. We had only headmaster. My headmaster was always with a big mustache and a stick with hand. some terrifying fellow. So always when somebody, headmaster is in front, I am really scared. If engineer Ravi Shankar give me a choice, I would have told no academician should be in front of me. That is true because Dr. Seema Negi, the day I saw your name, I gave a Facebook request. But it was not even answered. I gave a message that was not answered. So I know how tough teachers are. But then I went through all the YouTube. I don't know whether it is a face mask or not. She seems to be very close to teachers. But in my life, I never had good teachers. I only had horrible teachers. So my school education was not at all a journey. It was a horrible travel. I failed in most of the exams. I was thrown out of school being the worst student. I was given a forced TC and then I was thrown out of the school. In those days, there was no 11th and 12th. There was only pre-degree. Before degree, we have a pre-degree, in which also I failed in all the subjects in first year. Second year, somehow I passed. So I am only a second class. In the whole Department of Space in India, probably if somebody has got a second class in 10th and second class in 12th, that will be Dr. TPS. I have never seen anybody else. But then my graduation, I did well. It was a journey. I enjoyed my studies. I loved mathematics. I loved my masters in mathematics from Cochin University. It was almost like an IIT. We had 10 students, maybe 20 researchers plus teachers together. So that was a combination of picking up me to the highest interest in mathematics. But then I did my PhD in Bangalore and then joined Department of Space in 89. But I continued my studies. That's where I enjoyed my law. I enjoyed my management. I enjoyed my psychotherapy. Enjoyed many other alternate healing practices, psychology, and all that what you heard were all read. Then I thought there is no point in adding certificates and credentials and awards and rewards. All that is stopped because in Maslow's principle we have got the extreme end which says good enough. So I am in a state where I am good enough. But I am still a learner. So I keep learning. So today also I was attending a Indian history class until 5:30, 6 o'clock. Morning I had something else on physics. So every day I am studying. Yeah.
So I can very well say that these grey hair have a lot of wisdom to share and we are looking forward for that wisdom. And sir, the Facebook request accepted right now because it was from Shiksha Hyderabad and I really did not know that it is you. So apologies, but it is done right now. So that is the power of technology, how we can stay connected. You spoke something very beautiful right now about journey, and I personally believe education and learning is a journey. You said you attended history class in the morning, then you spoke about your sciences, you spoke about physics class. Now something science teachers think, and sometimes, no, most of the time, they think that science is a different domain and history is a different domain. And history teachers feel that history is a complete different domain than science. I personally feel there is a strong connection because history is also complete science. When you talk about beautiful monuments, how do you think the monuments can be made if math and science is not proper? So just want to know your perspective because now NEP also says that integrate art with everything, integrate all the subject together. So do you think these subjects really, they exist in silos or there is a connection between all the subjects?
See, if you ask somebody, generally we ask a question. May I ask Dr. Seema, what's your background?
So I am basically, background is very diverse. If you ask about my education qualification, yes, I have done my studies humanities, then I have done my management. Then I have
enough. Now when I asked background, you said humanities. But I keep saying my background is all the subjects which I studied until my 10th class. So why do we teach different subjects up to 10th class? That is because we need to have a background. Our problem is from there we create our own foregrounds And when we get a master, immediately somebody asks, what is your background? You will tell only, I am a mathematician. So actually it is stupid. Background is all subjects. What you should ask is, what is your foreground? So my foreground keep on changing, and whatever I studied as my foregrounds kept on adding to my background. So what's my background? I have got background in all the subjects. After my PhD, when I joined Department of Space, my job was satellite image, taking pictures on the ground. So if I take a picture of somebody, now if I take a screen grab a picture, I have got many people here. Vignesh is there, Sarit is there, Hena is there, now Sarita is there, Javad is there. In my picture there are a lot of people. Now next option is to know more about these people. So when I take picture of the ground, what is my option? Learn more about Earth. What is study of Earth? That is geography. So I am using space technology, the latest science, to know about Earth. What is Google Map? Before Google Map came 25 years back, I started creating Google Maps. We know about all the other parts of the world from space. That was my job. Looking at other countries and then see what's happening. So during Kargil war, I gave all the maps. So before the soldiers go there, I know what is there on the ground, because I was looking from the space and then giving all the informations to them. Now tell me, is it not geography? When I know about for what purpose that map is used, I have to study the whole history of India. Therefore, I know when partition happened, before partition what was there. I remember when once our aircraft was hijacked by Afghanistan, Kandahar it was staying. That's the first time I made the maps of Kandahar. Then I want to study why Kandahar. It was called Gandhar Naresh. So that related to me to Mahabharata war. So this is how relationships are built only when you look at in a different scale. When you learn about the whole cosmology, the space is cosmos. When you learn about the space, that is physics. Yeah, that is physics. When you talk about the Brahmandam and then go to the solar system, orbital mechanics, Keplerian theory, it's full of physics. Now in that solar system, you love one of the planet, that is Earth, and then study about the planet becomes geography. So actually geography is a part of physics. Suppose you are talking about planets, and then the physics teacher cannot answer about one planet, most favorable planet was Earth. Therefore, I keep saying, if a physics teacher looks at only Earth, she becomes a geography teacher. So when I stand on the ground and then segregate plants' life, animals' life, it becomes a zoology teacher, botany teacher. So it's all biology. And a biology teacher or zoology teacher asks, where is this animal generally seen? That becomes geography. What is made out of it becomes commerce. So if you have got a sheep, you will get blanket, therefore it is Kashmir. And if you want to cater the sheep, you need a lot of grass. So where the grass will grow, that is geography, that is climatology. And what trade you have, where you are exporting, importing, you study, it becomes economics. And it becomes politics, because economics drives politics. And that's why it is called geopolitics. So one of the subjects which I love is geopolitics. I am a geopolitician. Now where is it not connected? Now you get into the cell, whether it is a plant or an animal, the cell size, if you learn up to 10 power minus 6, it becomes microbiology. What is 10 power minus 6? Everything is dealt in terms of mathematics. 10 power minus 6 biology. That is microbiology. You zoom inside and get into atom, becomes chemistry. Now you go up to 10 power minus 9, it becomes nanotechnology. So that's technology. So a biology teacher with a bigger microscope becomes a technologist. That's why nanotechnology is part of biology, life science. Now when you get into the atom, you have got electrons, protons, neutrons, everything. And you learn about nucleus alone and the nuclear physics. So where did you start? cosmology physics, and then inside atom physics. There is a Upanishad mantra which says, Yada pindhe tada brahmande. As a small atom is, the whole universe is. You have got sun, planets going around it. You have nucleus, electrons going around it. So what is there? Nucleus, electrons going around it. Something has to go around something, you need more space. So matter is more or space is more? Space is more. So you are seeing individual person because your eyes have got no ability to see the space in between the matter. Therefore you see this as a matter. If you can see this with a microscope, I am full of space. And that is the space which we talk about. And that space, when we talk about inside me, in Sanskrit, space is called kam. And that space is full of su added to kam, it becomes sukham. It is full of bad thing, du added to kam, it becomes dukham. So that is psychology. So you talk about space in between you, that becomes psychology. And inside that space where you become more creative, that becomes lot of creativity. Hridaya guhara madhye kevalam brahma matram. Where you want to stop, you can ask me. Where you want to continue, I can speak hours together or months together as long as people are in front of me.
So that's the passion that you really wanted to listen, and very rightly said, because as an educator also, we are trying to propagate this belief that that subjects are not divided into silos. It has to be everything together, and so beautifully you have amalgamated everything, and such an insightful learning about foreground and background. So to all the wonderful audience who is sitting there, space is not only for mathematician or for scientists or for selected group of astronauts. I think space is for everyone. When you talk about poetry, when you talk about your literature, when you talk about history, geography, I think it is there everywhere, and you could never get a better answer than what sir has given to us. So you spoke about Kargil War, so let's go back to 1999. Since it is again very close to my heart, this particular period. So you spoke about how you used to make the maps. We would like to know something more about your role during this particular period, because I think everybody who is sitting here, and the name of the show itself is Nation Wants to Know. So we are very patriotic by heart, and we really want to know what was your role was either in foreground or background, but what was the role that you played during this particular war, Kargil War?
I don't know. I retired maybe 10 years back, so I can expose. Otherwise, these are all not to be told in public. Right. So I am from Space Department, but though my salary doesn't come from Space Department, it is from Prime Minister's office. So I retired from PM's office. I was in Manmohan Singh's office at the end. So we belongs to that organization where we are not supposed to tell where we are from. But the job is given in Space Department because we deal very close to space. There are many methods of understanding how somebody intrudes in your country and then what they do. There are many types of analysis which we do. One is on investigating personally, the human intelligence. Next is maybe through wire connections, telephones. One of the method is to take pictures using satellite. So most of the time it was secret at a different time. But then Google Earth and what you see on your mobile, we can see every part of the world. But still there is a resolution beyond which you cannot zoom it further to see. But we still use a lot of satellites which are not open to public, which are available from different platforms from space where we can see more details. For example, there are space shuttle, there are satellite images where from different parts of the world, commercially also people can buy, where if a mother is carrying a small child and the child is having some fruit to eat, we can even recognize what fruit is that, right? So up to that extent, satellite images are possible. So you know what role we would have played from Space Department to support all the wars, not even external border wars. I was also part of one of the operations done for catching Veerappan in the forest in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala border, because that was a central government operation at the end when state governments wanted to say goody goody to Veerappan. Then the central force was given. So that's all part of what we do for different operations and it's not just that. Assume that you wanted to understand, because you understand my job is image processing. Image processing is the earth itself is moving very fast. And you have got satellite on the top which is also moving very fast. And 1.5 hours the satellite takes one circle around the earth. So you can imagine how fast the camera is moving. Assume Dr. Seema is running and I am running behind you with a camera. Now you can see when the traffic light cameras are capturing the picture of a vehicle moving, but the camera is static. But you can imagine the camera is also moving faster than the vehicle. How do you restore this image is a big question. So I am an image processing man. Give any blurred image, which in the scene where the bomb is blasting, everything is haze, we know how to get the picture back. So one of the picture which we got back soon after, my team of people, not one. We don't work individually in Space Department. We are all a group of people work together. One of the assignment was getting back the killer of Rajiv Gandhi. So Rajiv Gandhi assassination was the first case. So not necessarily the satellite image. It could be on the ground image. It could be images like photonics is a department in which when you throw a stone in the water, you will see the wrinkles coming. So how that water is being transmitted from one point to go at the end. That means you have to take pictures of each water molecule, how is it spreading. So the pictures can be anything. That is also used in medical industry. So we also learn a lot of medicinal science to understand. It has got varied applications. We can have in different areas. So micro cameras to the big camera as big as 2 bedroom size also is used. So you can have a nano camera and you can have a big camera. Both are used in different places. Yeah.
It's like pictures tell 1,000 stories.
Yeah.
And the one who can reveal these stories is the person who is sitting right in front of us today. It's so beautifully explained, because I think some of the viewers are really not aware about that there is something called image processing also, and which plays a major role. And why I asked you about Kargil is because I also belong to a defense family. And
I know your father is an Air Force man.
Yes,
I
so
studied your history and biography and geography.
My God, that is why I was coming to this image processing, and that is why I was connecting that you have done that research also.
I was part of Aviation Research Center. If your father is an Air Force man, he will know what this means. So I was in Delhi headquarters of Aviation Research Center, ARC.
So great. So the world is a very small place if you want to stay connected, and that's a beautiful message. Now, since we spoke a lot about science, we spoke about a lot about technology and how technology is progressing further. At the same time, when I was going through your entire profile, you have studied alternative sciences also. So do you think, like suppose let's talk about astrology. So do you think astrology and the modern science have some links in common?
Not some links. The astrology has got 2 portions. You can look at my lessons which I taught in America 2 years back. I gave few lectures on astrology. There are one part is astronomical part. The time I took birth in a geographical location and the time. How the planets are placed in the cosmology, at least around the solar system. And those positions, how is it going to influence me, is what is shown in the chart. Up to that it is science. Because your chart is only a graphical representation of the planetary positions at the time of birth with the latitude, longitude and time where these planets are there. So that is astronomy. The second part of astrology is prediction science. The prediction science depends on how is those planets going to move around, how is it going to influence you. that needs little bit of parascience, pseudoscience, logic, lot of general knowledge. Earlier, traditionally, if I get somebody, if Seema comes immediately, I will ask, show me your husband's horoscope, children, your daughter is also there, who is a dancer, right, Seema?
She's in grade 12 right now.
Yeah, she is dancing and singing and all that, right?
She sings and she plays instruments.
Yeah, Seema also must be drawing. You are like to draw pictures and you are a painter.
Not a very good one.
But you had that aptitude, right?
Yes.
How did I say this?
Image processing.
No image processing. That's an intuition. Looking at the face structure, we say that you have this talent. Whether you have touched that or not is a different matter. So, with the horoscope, I can predict the facial shape also. Is there any science in the world where given a horoscope, you will be able to predict how the person looks like, what habit they will have, where they will have disease, where they had a disease, whether husband and wife, both of them bring a child and then say, this is my child. Looking at the horoscope, will you be able to say this child is not yours? You need a lot of courage to say that, right? So if there is no science, how is it possible is a big question. So what is science? Statistics is a big science. So what is used in predictive part of astrology? It's all statistics. When you take 1000 samples in which 999 becomes true, then you say, oh, this is how it. All the modern research based conclusions are also statistics. Astrology is a statistics for millions of years, right? So that way, predictions also becomes almost a statistical science. First part is full of science. Second part is full of predictive science. So I'm a person who learned mostly maybe 30 years. I'm still learning because each sample is a learning for me. That's how I learn. Yeah.
The way we started that, for you, learning is a journey, and it's a beautiful journey. We can see that every day you are learning something new. And the best part is you have broken all the silos of subject and you have presented such a holistic picture of all the subject amalgamated together.
Why astrology became a wrong science is because most of the astrologers don't understand the science. They don't understand astronomy. They don't understand mathematics. If you are not good in basic mathematics, if you have not passed 10th class with 10% mathematics, your astrology can be totally wrong. So I was giving a invited talk in one of the conferences in Hyderabad nearly 20-25 years back. There are 400 astrologers. I started telling half of you are bogus people because you don't know basic mathematics. That's how I started. You need a lot of courage to speak in front of great astrologers who come and attend the conference and say, you are all bogus people because you don't know mathematics. Without mathematics, astrology is zero. All that computations go bad. So you need to be good in mathematics. So if assume that most of the horoscope which comes to me, I have seen it's all wrong. The horoscope is wrong, the pathology is wrong, how the prediction can be correct. So what do? Is I correct the horoscope first based on few questions. So pathology comes good, yeah, then I will say this is your problem. That's how I look at it.
That was lovely and again very, very enriching. As rightly said, the stars will never be won by little minds. We must be as big as space itself. So, listening to you, I think you are as mighty as the space itself because you are the one who is not stopping when it comes to learning. You are the one who have all the rational answers. Very rightly put when you were there in the conference and you said in front of so many astrologers that you are bogus people because your science and the way you are presenting it is like tested and proved. So very well said and so very well, very enlightened, sir. There is something that most of the people want to know and I also want to know because we speak so much about NASA. But at the same time, we do talk about ISRO. Okay, ISRO is our pride, no doubt. So do you think we are at par with the world scientists when we talk about Indian scientists, or we are way beyond them, or we still have the journey that we have to take to reach where NASA is today?
Yeah, before answering that, one small comment on what you said. Where do you get courage to speak is assume that tomorrow I want to get IDYM Foundation to give me something. Yeah, I must be very careful. I should not harm anybody here. I should not create my image bad. I am not worried about all that. I am nothing to take from anyone. I am only here to give something. So if I want some favor from Dr. Seema, I must be very careful, right? So I don't have that. Yeah. So I am an open person. Good enough. I don't require anything from anybody. So I am very, very open. So when you do that, you become very clear in your vision and mission. Therefore, action becomes clean, right? I have not taken a single penny from anybody so far by predicting their astrology. So I don't have to say some false information. If something is right, wrong, that's it.
And that's also is the power of your knowledge. So when you have that knowledge, and as you said, you don't have to take anything from anyone because you are a self-made person. And I think that is what makes
No, we learn from every bit of it. See, otherwise I don't do a background knowledge of what Dr. Seema. I must have heard many of your lectures. Must have spent 6 hours listening to your discussions at different forums. I don't know whether you have spent that much time on me. I was wishing that why Dr. Seema did not connect me and talk to me before this, right? That's what I do if I am given such a job. I will definitely, the moderator is the chair. I am only a tool. I am only a speaker. When you say stop, you stop. Start, you start. Speak this. Right? So you must know what this man knows. That is what I do. I do a background job. So now the question to ISRO and NASA. How much I can do depends on how much is my bag capacity. NASA has got a long history, and it is both space and astronomy together, whereas we have got 2 different departments. Astronomy is entirely different, space is different. Astronomy department is not part of space department in India. So understand, when you talk about NASA, ISRO is only half of that, and ISRO is not even half of that because space is too large. ISRO does most of the activities Earth and around Earth, not in cosmology, because that's a different department. So you must ask this question mostly to astronomy department. They will have 80% of the stake what NASA is doing. Okay, take only the satellite launching, what satellite can do. Probably India is not as good as NASA because NASA started long back. But if you look at, don't compare with a 80-year-old person to a 8-year-old fellow, right? There is a limit. But how much we have done in the last few years, in same age what NASA have done, we have done 100 times better. So the progress, the speed in which, how much we could get, that is much more than. And NASA runs mostly on private funding, private institutions, contracts. But ISRO is a government organization in which we make everything, only spare parts are made outside. There, it is only like a consultancy and the committee and meetings. The real work is done by most of the other people. So NASA can credit with a lot of funding from different private organizations from the richest of the richest country. Don't forget that. And not NASA alone. Probably if you ask in the early age of my working in the space department, if somebody asks who is best, I would have said it is USSR who is the greatest. But unfortunately, USSR got into problems and then split into smaller countries. It lost its power. So once upon a time, USSR and USA were actually fighting for the power in space. What happens in technology is also a reflection in politics. We don't know if USSR was continuing as USSR. USSR would have been much more powerful than China and America together. So that's why I'm saying you must know a lot of politics and technology if you want to predict few things. Indian cryogenic engine, we had a tie-up with Russia. Even after USSR got into split, Russians were supporting us. We could see a lot of Russian people in Sriharikota before the launch was happening. Right. So there are a lot of technological transfers which happened to India from different nations. And there was a time where America was giving ban on most of the activities, technological development in India. directly and indirectly. So we are somebody who started. You have to count only Indian tradition from 1950. No. After 1970, probably yes, ISRO. So it's very, very, very. Maybe we just crossed a teenage at the time I joined the department. Another 20 years, yeah, that's it. We are just crossing the adolescence and then reaching into the family time. So we are yet to go for long path. Once, yeah, we will be able to cross. We will be able to cross America.
Definitely, because when we reflect back to our mythology or our own history, our own country's history, I mean, there's nothing that when you talk about space, when you talk about astronomy, when you take about space, there is nothing which is not mentioned in our Puranic Granth that we say. So now I'll come to a different.
No, one comment. When you make a statement, a lot of things comes to my mind. I think aviation industry, aircraft. You must ask your father. Do you know the definition of an aircraft? Or you can define what's an aircraft, but I'm sure I'm not leaving space for you to define it. Our scriptures talks about aircraft beautifully explained in our few slokas. Desha deshantaram yadbak. From one place to another place, desham to desham, one place to another place to go, you have three modes of transport. One is road, water, air. Desha deshantaram yadbak. Then you don't give the option of ground, then that becomes two islands. Dvipa dvipantaram chaiva. Two islands you wanted to travel. Still you have two ways. One is water, another one is space. Yo ambare gandumarhasi, which travels in the ambaram. Ambaram is space. Sa vimana iti prokta. That is what is called vimana. Tell me, any aircraft company will be able to define better than this?
No, not at all.
This is our
Not
tradition.
at all. Yes.
This is Indian tradition.
That is right. So I'm again coming back to something which is a very proud moment for everyone who have researched a little bit about you. So when we research about you, there were so many attributes that we came to know are associated with you. Okay, whether it's space scientist or it's educationist or it's your 100+ articles or papers published or 30 years of experience. You're a motivator. You have trained over 3,000 college teachers, 800,000 students trained, 500,000 teachers trained. I'm coming to Rhyme of Life also. So there are so many things. You are an author, you are a communication expert, you are a soft skill trainer, you are interpersonal skill trainer. There is no domain when I research about whatever research I did about you, there is no domain which is left untouched. So though you said that you enjoyed learning, okay, when we talk about Rhyme of Life or Rhythm of Life also I'm coming to, and Life Made Simple also. How did you manage this? Because when we talk about today's youth or today's generation who is working also, or anyone, take an example of my generation also, we find sometimes that the balance between work and life and our journey of learning is not parallel with each other. How did you manage to sail through? And what was there that motivated you to take this journey day after day, and still I can see that it's still a journey.
Dr. Seema, if you ask some questions, if I cannot answer those questions most satisfactorily, what do I say at the end? I managed the session. If I cannot cook properly, you have not seen my cooking classes in the YouTube, right? Suppose I don't know how to cook and there are 10 guests coming in my house, what do? Somehow I managed. Manage is a bad word, though we know with a lot of credit we say I am a management student. No, I am not a management student. I don't manage things. When you don't know what you do is called managing. Did I manage writing my poetry or did I wrote my poetry? So why do you manage writing poetry? Then don't write, yeah? Why do you manage cooking? Then don't cook. Why do you manage speaking on a program? Don't do that. If I don't know dancing and then somehow I have to dance, I managed somehow the stage. No, that's not my job. That's why I'm saying I am not doing for somebody else. It just comes. If somebody put me an electroencephalograph on my brain and then check while I am speaking, while I am teaching mathematics, is my brain is vibrating? The answer is no. It has been tested. I am from a Himalayan tradition of meditation. I am the student of Swami Rama. If you have not read Living with the Himalayan Masters. I am a traditional master who was Shankaracharya once upon a time and left his job as Shankaracharya, and his disciple was Swami Vedabharati, and I am a disciple of Swami Vedabharati. I am from the third generation of that Shankaracharya who doesn't have the crown because he left it. We don't manage things. It is not my brain who is speaking. It is not my manas who is speaking. It is my Atma who is doing it. When I cook, I enjoy cooking. That's a meditation. When I drive, I enjoy driving. When I drive in the northeast, I cross when my driver says, sir, it takes 80 kilometers to cross this, I look at my Google and say, the water is less in this part of Brahmaputra, why can't we take a drive, cross it? Then he says, sir, dangerous. You leave the driving seat to me, I will drive. That's thrilling, right? So when you do it, you enjoy it. Why are you doing it? You are enjoying. Somebody asked me, why am I giving lecture? This is today third. Morning I had another one which I forgot actually. That was machine learning. Artificial intelligence was in the morning session. So why do I do this? Because I enjoy. When you enjoy it, it is never taxing. If you don't enjoy, it is managing. So I am not managing. I don't manage anything. I just enjoy. Once in my hometown, I told my children who were with me staying in my house, I've got a hermitage in Kerala where many children from different parts of the world come and stay with me to learn life science. L-I-F-E. All my books are L-I-F-E. Live in full enjoyment. Learn in full enjoyment. Learning is an investment for future earning. When you do that, I say that I climbed on coconut tree to pluck coconut. You'll say, oh, yeah. I said I jump from one arecanut tree to another arecanut tree in the space. When they say that, no, paper reporter came to take some pictures. I said, don't worry, it's not show. Climbed it. Next day, in one of the Malayalam daily, it came in the front cover with the full picture, a scientist climbing a coconut tree. So, how do you try? Is it a managing climbing coconut tree or enjoying? Did you ask this question to a monkey? How do you manage to climb?
So that's when we say that you're passion driven, because when you're passion driven, it is not about managing, it is about enjoying the entire journey. And I think since from the beginning till now, since from the beginning of this session, that is what you are, again and again, you're coming back to that point, and it is so well now, I think, engrossed, and it has been instilled in everybody's mind that how important is it to be passionate about what you do. Because when you're passion driven, life seems like, or life becomes a full-fledged enjoyment journey, and that is what we need to learn, because at times, because of the situation, because of this time, because of the pandemic, or because of the negative emotion, I think human beings at times forget that they are here for some purpose, and enjoying and fulfilling in a better manner is what we are looking for. Sir, you spoke something very well about, you spoke about living with Himalayan masters. So I would like, if you could please enlighten our audience more about that when we speak about these practices that you have followed, I mean, these practices are more to do with yogic way of life or the regular way of life. Something more we would like to know about living with Himalayan masters. You just spoke about.
See, I think it's a huge topic. In the last 1 month, every day I was in yoga seminars. Almost a month. Every day I had some remarks. I was part of one of the UN World Yoga Community Seminars. So every day from 7:30 to it goes up to 10:30. I think Amity University had got one paper where they were supposed to listen to this and then write an exam on that. So it was 100 marks, one grade program for them. So they were also listening. It is not what we call yoga today is yoga. It is not yogasana. So if you want, we can have a different session on that to understand what yoga is. Otherwise, listen to few of my lectures on yoga. Many colleges at different places. In Delhi and different places, I gave lectures during this time. Yoga is not closing your eyes and then getting aloof from the place or doing the... I have got few students for civil service under me, in which UPSC, Dr. TPS Yoga, if you type what lecture I gave 6 years back, is also there. There I told yoga is not a monkey's task. You don't have to do all the job a monkey does. You are supposed to sit in a normal Sukham Asanam. That is what is required. And somebody says the yoga classes you will listen, hey, control your mind. Is it that easy? Ramana Maharshi says, Pranabandhanat liyate mana. If you control your mind, pranayama, if you do it, you can control your manas. Beautifully said. But the next line people don't read. Ramana Maharshi said, Jala pakshivat dinarodhanam. It's like closing a bird in a nest. The time you open it, it will run away. So most of the people, yoga is 10 minutes yoga and 11 hours, 50 minutes suffering. They're all into troubles. And it is like you have a headache, you do yoga. You have back pain, you do yoga. I was blasting somebody who gave a seminar during the UN conference, therapeutic yoga and medicinal for COVID also yoga. Actually, just now Dr. Seema said, during the COVID. What is during COVID? Nothing is there. There is no... See, there are... Every day in this world, more number of people are dying with starving than people died in COVID. Why the world is so much worried about the death reducing COVID? Do anybody know the reason? Tell me, anybody, if you know the reason. The COVID is affected rich and the poor, but where poverty is affected only the poor. So when something affects the rich, every world gets up and says it's a big problem. Otherwise, no problem in this world or what? Why do yogis, asana people and all that talk about problems? There is no solution for problems given in yoga. Patanjali never talked about the problems. It's only improving, wellness. And the great yogic India, if you look at wellness index, we are much worse. It is pity on us to speak wellness index where India stands. Much worse than Pakistan here. What is this wellness index? We only show. We are very good in showing but not doing. What is yoga is not sitting in the corner where no problem is there. When all the problems are all there, your manas is not in turmoil. What is fun in sitting in a air-conditioned room and then you say that every doctor is looking at you every moment and say you are not sick? Travel across all the troubled places and then see you are still active, That's essential. It is not that you get a tummy when you don't do exercise. You don't have I have not done any physical exercise for last 30 years. My weight is only 60 kilogram. Not even +1, ±1. For last 30 years, no change. And I don't do all these asanas. Why should I do a pranayama after talking 6 hours like this on a seminar? Where is pranayama required if you are talking? No politicians, no singers need, no teachers, no speakers have to do pranayama. Because that itself is part of it. And if at all you want to do, what do you do? It is a ritualistic activity. Pranapana vyanodhana samaname shuddhyandam jyotirham vricha vipatma bhuya sangha swaha vakmana chakshu srotra grana chikhware do buddhyagati sankalpame shuddhyandam. I have to be clean. How do I become clean? Word has to be clean. Where the word comes from? It comes from my mind. Mind has to be clean. How do you clean your mind? Little detergent and a surf and then you clean it or what? Your mind is clean only when you get good things in your mind. Your eyes are open. You can see everything good and bad. Will you filter it and only take good things in your mind? Vak, mana, chakshu, srotra, grana. What I smell? Oh, bad smell. Lot of problems around. Where is problem? No problem. Do you know who is the first yoga teacher in the world? And who was the yoga student? Ask all the yogis who give lectures. Ask the greatest yogis who give lectures who is the first yoga teacher, and I'm sure you don't get. It is 16 lakhs years back when Rama became psychologically sick. He was taken to a psychotherapist who was Vasishta, and the book is called Yoga Vasishtam. It's in Treda Yuga. Yoga Treda Yuga says Purne Manasi Sampurnam Jagat Sarvam Sudhadravaihi Upana Guda Padasya Nanu Charma Strutaiva Buhu. Wherever I walk, I want a leather carpet. How do I get leather carpet wherever I walk? Is it possible, Dr. Seema, to give me a leather carpet wherever I walk? Is it possible?
No, not
It is very simple. Give him a leather footwear and ask him to walk. The world is as you think the world has to be. If you are good, no problems to you. If you think there is problem, everywhere problem. We have an English word that says, no, I am in a problem, I am in a problem, I am in a problem. Where you can be in a problem. Is there any problem in your life which is bigger than you? You are bigger or problem is bigger? Am I inside space or space is inside me? That's a question. I thought I should address space in this manner. Am I inside space or space is inside me? When somebody asks me, your house, where is your house? I said, I don't have a house. Where is your house? The house is air inside your walls. Your bedroom, you have air. That space is your house or the outside space is your house? The way you think outside is my house, the world is your house. If you think inside the compound wall is your house, then your house is too small. When I used to travel in Delhi, I keep saying I have a big house in Delhi. I said, which house? Parliament House. That's my house. Why not? We all belongs to the same house, right? So I have a right in Parliament House. When somebody asked me, sir, where can I come and meet you? I said, come to the temple. I am there in Mayur Vihar, phase 3. Guttara Guru Ayyappan temple. I sit there all the time. That's where I wrote my first poetry. Otherwise, I never wrote English poetry. So, did I write English poetry or Guru Ayyappan wrote this? It's Krishna who wrote this poetry. I was just talking to young children who are sitting around me. I never go inside the temple and pray. What is their God to give me? Then I make fun to children seeing that the God was just going out for having pani puri. Huh? God is going out for pani puri. Yeah, I have seen going out. All the rest of the people are praying. Poor fellows, they don't know. That priest is giving only jaggery, coconut and all that. He is bored. And all the people who have pani puri go inside. He was getting the smell and then he was tracing back and going. The young children, sir, do you see God? I said, yeah, every day I see God. Just now he was going. Now you go inside and see. They go inside. Yeah, God is not there. Then after some time, I said, just now he has gone inside. Go and see. They will see God. So he said, sir, yeah, I hypnotize people like this. And those experiences what I wrote in this poetry. I did not write. So I know that if I write in Malayalam, they don't read. So first time sitting there, I wrote 27 poetries just like that. So is it I wrote it? No, I never wrote. Who wrote it? It is not the brain, not the manas. In Bhagavad Gita, center, I taught Bhagavad Gita full, sloka by sloka. Look at my YouTube. And if you have some doubt, ask me at any point of time. I'll tell you. Uddhared atmanatmanam atmanam avasadhayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. My buddhi and the manas, that is what is conflicting. Most of the time we are conflicting because buddhi doesn't accept with mind. If there is some abroad people, they don't understand manas because they don't have. It's only mind, the mind, heart. That's why we say heart, right? So the heart and the buddhi doesn't, the intellect and the emotion doesn't balance. Balancing that is yoga. How do you balance it? That is where you have to have Atmiya Purusha. That is what is spirituality. My Life Made Simple book says you cannot measure spirituality. Somebody was saying, hey, you have to be spiritual. I said, nobody can be spiritual. You have to be spiritual. If it is somewhere else, you can reach there. If it is inside you, where do you reach? So I don't understand how people do massive yoga, public. See, somebody says, let us go for meditation together. When meditation itself is going inside you and self-actualization, self-realization, you are going inside you, how can you go with somebody else? What a stupid message is that, yeah? Somebody says, no, let us meditate together. What is meditate together? Let us meditate with Bhagavan. No, Bhagavan is also not there. It's all inside you. Realization. That's a realization. Being with. I can take you up to dharana. Not dhyana. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana. Dhyanam and samadhi is individualistic. If somebody is saying they are teaching meditation, blacklist him. If somebody is speaking about meditation, blacklist him. But meditation is a different style. No problem. Samadhi, that's different. So, lot of things have to be learned yoga. I cannot stop, but I have to stop, I know. Yes.
So we can have a special session on this topic, but again, concluding to what all you said, I mean, something that came in my mind is like when our actions, words, and deeds are in sync with each other, what we see is Dr. Satikumar sir, who is sitting right in front of us. Because whatever you spoke, it's like yad bhav, tad bhavati. The way you think, so shall you be. And that message is so loud and clear. And I think everybody needs to understand what sir said. It is not about the cosmetic change. It's about the cosmic change. We have to understand that the change needs to be from inside. Sometimes we look for change in the outer world. Sir, I would like to ask you, or I would like to, request you for this last, some golden nuggets that you would like to give to the entire audience who is sitting there. Something that will become a mantra for them. That yes, apart from so many cosmetic changes in the world, few changes that you have to do in your own self that will make you a better version of yourself.
Be simple. Don't become so much sophisticated. No artificiality. Be as flexible as you can. When you become so rigid, a small wind is good enough to break it. If you are flexible, at least next day morning you can wake up. Right? And be with the group. We are all human being. Being human. We are all social being. Being social. If these two qualities are not there, we are useless. And what is extra for human being? Ahara nidra bhaya maithunani samani chaitani nranam pashunam. Every human being and animal, when they wrote this sloka, all were equal. Today we are much worse than animals. Aharam, food. We eat more than what animals eat. No animal we eat extra food. We always try to eat extra. Don't do that. Right? Nidra. We sleep more than what we require. As soon as you wake up, get up. Don't waste your time. Only when you get sleep, go to bed. Don't be punctual. Don't be punctual in eating. Because we are not punctual in working. I don't do the same job every day. We are not a machine. So based on my workout, I require that much. So don't keep accounting for your time and life. That is not. It is not to be accounted. Take it as it comes. Ahara, nidra, bhayam. Don't become too much worried about the past and the future. There is nothing called past. There is nothing called the future. Only the present is there. Create moments. I am sure Dr. Seema is very good. She keep on meeting a lot of people in interview. But I am different. So I am sure when somebody listens, oh, this is something different. And all of us are different. But what is wrong with us? We try to copy somebody else. We need not copy anybody. Be as unique as you are. You have an identity. Keep that. When you don't keep that, you are artificial. That's what I said when I simple. Ahara, nidra, bhayam. Because of the bhayam, we are not telling what we want to somebody else. I keep saying, we would not have got Shankaracharya, Vivekananda, no rishis, if their parents would have been a normal husband and wife who are school teachers. Finished. Their children will never do anything other than what is the format given, timetable is given. Everything is timetabled. They cannot show their passion, right? Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam. We have that passion, kamam. For doing something, you have passion, go behind it. Yes, you need to be materialist. Savidya and avidya. You need little bit of richness for your own cup of tea. You decide where you want your cup of tea. So you have to be rich enough. But then the rest, at least some time in your life with a passion. No interest. Interest is only, I've got interest in agriculture. So what do? I walk in somebody's agriculture field and then pluck and eat. No. Your passion means you create yourself. You have to create. And that creation comes only when you have passion. That is what is essential. I can go on and on, but I think it's good enough. Unless you have very specific questions here.
Yes, you need to be simple. Very rightly said, sir. And the best is each and everyone need to realize that they are limited edition. Each and every person is unique. What we do, we try to copy others. So do not try to copy others. Be who you are. And that is what is the beauty of being human. And that is what is needed in today's age and generation. don't copy for copying everything. You have this copy paste command, but be who you are. So with this, I will open the forum for the audience to ask questions. We can only take 3 questions because of paucity of time also. We have extended our time, but the entire deliberation was so interesting, so engrossing that there was no point that I wanted to cut you and I wanted to move ahead, because everybody who's sitting here or who's watching us live on Facebook, everybody is enjoying that. So only 3 questions. Either you can write in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask. You can raise your hand, I'll unmute you.
Mohua Chakrabarti was enjoying all the time and she is raising hand.
Mahua ma'am, you can unmute yourself.
Good
and ask
evening,
the question.
ma'am.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am, I have unmuted. And good evening to everybody. Thank you so much, sir, for...
Will you stop calling SIR sir? Dr. TPS is good enough. Sir is a title which England has given. They stopped it. I love to have it before my name.
Okay. Okay, Dr. TPS.
Yeah.
I just want to inquire, your initial days as student was more like Thomas Edison, like we could not, Thomas Edison, sorry. The light which we see, his school teachers also told he was not good enough, but his mother believed that he is so different that his school cannot manage his intellect, and she was the one who boosted him. So I want to inquire, who was the boost in your life that you're such a versatile and such a, I would say, so much to learn from you in every sphere. And I just want to find out that who has been the inspiration in your life, Dr. TPS.
Moho Chakrabarti.
Motivate you to work.
Moho Chakrabarti, right? I invite you to my small native place in Kerala, which is totally underdeveloped. When electricity came when I was doing my masters, telephone came when I was doing my PhD. So I am from a remotest village, studied in a Malayalam medium, and everybody's life is entirely different. I lost my father and sister in an accident in which I was also there. I only escaped. I lost my father and sister on my birth date. Okay, so I was having few sisters and brothers, and my brothers were very strict because they were also young. They don't know how to take care of young children. So they were very strict. When somebody becomes very strict, you become a spring which revolt. So I was one of the black mark for my family. Though my mother was a landlord who had 1 lakh acres of land, but ended up having only a house and less than an acre of land because we gifted everything to many people. That's why I'm saying giving is life. The Marxist philosophy says that we have and have nots. But I belongs to a family where we believe that we had but give everything to everybody else. So that philosophy was taught by my mother. So who is my educator? My educator is my mother. When I keep asking, we lost everything, she keeps saying, Lakshana Putra Nindina Yodhanam. If you are a good boy, why do you want money? Alakshana Putra Nindina Yodhanam. If you are a bad boy, why should I give you money? So you understood, right? So creating good children, that is what is essential. That is what my mother did. If you look at Mahabharata also, one mother made 5 good boys, but 2 blind father and mother who had power and position, they made 100 useless children. That's what is Mahabharata story. There are a lot of art of parenting which I teach based on Mahabharata stories. So my village is totally underdeveloped. I was failure in 10th class, failure in 12th class. My brother happens to be a professor in a college. He said, you can learn language, Malayalam. That is the easiest one to learn. But then I said, what subject I cannot learn? Then he said mathematics. I said, I will show you, I will have a PhD in mathematics. So it's not somebody as a mentor who came to me, who challenged me what I cannot do. I have shown him what I can do. I only stopped telling story I was thrown out of in school. But recent past, nearly 10 years back after my retirement, they called me as a chief guest to give prizes for 12th class children who was the rank holders without knowing that I was an old student thrown out of that college. Okay, so sometime you have to have the challenge and say that, yeah, I will show you that I can do it. That also happens sometime.
So not always.
No, not always. Don't be very sure.
Not always smooth roads makes you a good driver. You need to have these challenges in
So
life.
that's why I said don't take lessons from somebody and try to be that. That try will not work.
So these challenges are needed at times in life to move ahead, and you are the living example of that. Next question, I'll take the question from Anisha Datta. Anisha Datta, you are raising your hand. Please unmute and you can ask your question, and then I'll come to Dr. Manoj Sehgal. Yes, Anisha.
I'm so sorry, sir. Actually, I am Anurima Bhattacharya from North Bengal University. We are all unique, as you said. We are all unique and we are all special. And we need to be what we are. That's very important. We have to be simple in our own way. But again, you said that we have to be social. Okay, so each and every person is different and unique in its own way, and again have to be social. So, is there a conflict in between himself and in between social, and how to resolve that conflict, if at all there is?
Which is a good garden with only one sort of flower or variety of flowers? So each flower, each plant, each garden, each house is different. Each word is different. Each letter is different. Word do you use and how do you use make it a poetry. So each poetry can be different. Each raga you apply to that poetry makes it entirely different. So what is social? Mixing different together. The raga, bhava, tala, lyrics, where I am singing, on which garden, around which. Sometimes contrast is also looking good. So being social doesn't mean that everybody has to be in same uniform. No. The uniformity is not what is beautiful. I think variety is beautiful. You should have the eye to accept others. We don't have to have same religion. We can have different religion, but you can always accept people. No. If everything is same, it is boring. Where is discussion if my idea and your idea is mixing and matching? So, being human, being social is not conflicting. It is supplementing to each other. It is comprehension of two things. The waves are different, but when you have got it makes a synergy, it is in harmony. Why do you want to have conflict and thoughts of conflicts? I can be different, you can be different, but we can be in harmony. And that acceptance is what is required. So I have never found a problem. You get me a young student, you give me 300 children of LKG. I was challenged in a school when I was going. I must have gone to maybe thousands of schools and taught millions of teachers, millions of students. When I was talking, somebody said, will you be able to, the same word, manage 300 children? I said, get them onto the hall. All of them were keeping quiet. Every teacher I have seen in KG room, keep quiet, they are shouting. Why are they shouting? Everybody is different, each child is different. When you shout, they will shout. You keep quiet, do like this, they will also do like this. They will look around, the other fellow is also telling like this, that's it. So what you do is what you reflect. So you look at the world in that style. Everybody is different, each one of us are different, but are we not converging into some thoughts today now? That's good enough. Immediately I will go somewhere else and then converge because we have different roles. So what is life? We have a role, we have a goal, we have value. Each things are different. All of them balancing, and that balancing is the human capacity. That is the ability which we have. That is what I said, social being, because we understand the goal, role, value of others. And life is a big adjustment. Life is a big harmony. Life is balancing. Life is fitting. Life is mixing. Life is that ability to, in my book on Life Made Simple, I wrote what is managing. Though I don't use the word managing, many people use it, including now Arunima used it. So I have to say, what is it? Amandram aksharam nasti nasti moolam ayogya purusho nasti yojakaha tatra durlabha. Amandram aksharam nasti. There is no mantra in which letters are used. Same letter you use it differently, it will become a bad word. Dog is a good animal. Sun is also good. But when you get angry, you keep both together and then call somebody else. Finished, it becomes a bad word. So it's all the way you join together becomes bad. Amandram aksharam nasti, nasti moolam anaushadam. For an Ayurvedic family man, every plant is some way related to medicine. Only when you understand. So understanding others makes it useful for you. Ayogya purusho nasti. There is no individual who is good or bad. Putting them in the right place, in the right perspective makes the world very good. You put somebody in the bad perspective, finished. It goes bad for you. So you must understand people in the right way. That is what is required. That's a beautiful question. All questions are beautiful. We can work, it can be made different. So what do I do is, every day I get some questions from my children. I may answer just like that. I will ask them, do you have patience to listen to me after some time for 1 hour? Then I will schedule a program, and that's how my YouTubes are coming. For last 400 days, almost every day, average 1 hour, 2 hours lecture I upload in my YouTube. You can see all answers for most of the questions in one or other way with a lot of examples from scriptures quoted, which is called the Subhashitam. That Subhashitam is also put into one set and then answered. I heard Dr. Seema talking about ABCD of life up to Z, and I have got only one day speaking about A for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, second day for B on 20 minutes on different adjectives of life up to Z. Right? So that's also there. Dr. Seema, you did very well. You spoke very well. So I was just listening to all that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's a big.
So I have got one playlist itself which says about A to Z of life. So you look at A to Z of life, where I mix most of the good and bad and then harmony of life. And you don't have to restrict for 3 questions. Always my telephone number is there, 9447437948. You are welcome. As long as BSNL is working, I am working, you will get a reply. Guaranteed. My Facebook, go and search. There are many profiles, but Shiksha Hyderabad is active now. There I will answer, or Dr. TPS, my page is also there. There also I will answer. If you miss my number, miss this person, forget about me, doctor, don't forget I am a doctor. I am a doctorate plus a psychotherapy doctorate, MS in psychotherapy, and TPS, temperature pressure second, because I was a scientist, top police service because I was in police, teachers, parents and students. These are my 3 focus area after my retirement. So I am Dr. TPS. Just listen, look at it, send me a WhatsApp, I will answer you. Yeah.
This is the uniqueness, sir, and this is the uniqueness, and that is the message you gave when you were answering the last question. Each one of us needs to accept the uniqueness, and who can be a better limited edition than you? So audience who is listening to us from across the globe, this is what is life all about. You need to be simple. The more simple and humble you are, I think the better life you will live, because sir has given a very good example of the tree. I mean, during major storms, the trees who are flexible and the trees who bend, they are the one who can stand the other day, not the one who are stubborn, who fall down because of the storm. So I will just add few last words before I come to Dr.
One more question, you said 3 questions, 2 only completed.
That Dr. will ask, because he'll ask the question and conclude. That is why.
Okay.
He had asked. So I want to add something. हर कोई रण में लड़े, ये असंभव सी बात है. जो जहां है वहीं रह के देश की सेवा करे. हो चिकित्सक या हो शिक्षक, किसान या मजदूर हो, हर कोई काम अपना डूब के ऐसे करे. कर रहा हो भक्त जैसे, देव की पूजा मगन, माँ भारती की यही पूजा, देशभक्ति का चरम. All I want to convey is who you are, whatever you are doing. If you do it with a lot of passion, then definitely it shows that you have potential. And when you have potential, possibilities are open for you. And when possibilities get open, you get the purpose of life. And I think, sir, everything was so beautifully amalgamated in this small 1 hour deliberation. There were so many golden nuggets, so many pearls of wisdom that we could collect. I mean, we could have stretched it to 1 more hour I don't know how much time you had given to us or how much time.
I have no
you had
problem.
asked.
I am extendable.
So I think I can take one more question because
As
Ghanshyam
many
sir
as
is
you
ready.
want.
Ghanshyam sir, you can ask your question before I come to Dr. Manoj.
Yes. Good evening, sir. I want to ask you which pranayam is useful to control blood pressure and how much time and how?
I told you therapeutic yoga is not part of my specialization, and I don't think blood pressure can be just controlled by pranayama. Because pranayamena yuktena sarvaroga samaraha, Hatha Pradipika is the authentic book, which says pranayamena yuktena sarvaroga samaraha. All disease will be controlled. Ayuktabhyasa yogena sarvaroga samudbhavaha. If you wrongly practice this, all disease will come to you. If I can tell you this, you do it in this way, this way, this way, without knowing your pathology, without knowing you, without seeing you, without touching you, how do I prescribe? Do you think a good doctor will prescribe medicines without seeing the patient, looking at it? Our yoga practitioners who have a certificate program of 3 months, and you say that yoga acharya, I don't know from where he got it. Even Ramana Maharshi never called himself as yoga acharya. I don't think Patanjali called him yoga acharya. From Mysore Palace, some gymnastic patient met, gymnastic exercise fellow met some of the yoga practitioner. Mysore Palace put them together and created a new yoga. That is what is created all these Shirshasana. Otherwise, we would have seen Krishna standing in Shirshasana, Brahma standing in Shirshasana. We don't see them. So, yoga is not, pranayama is not for that. But I will give you why this pressure, because I am not comfortable. How do you become comfortable? Every small child, when they feel uncomfortable, they go and sleep on mother's lap. How do they sleep? The head down on their lap. So which is the most comfortable sleeping position? Head down. Even if any teenager becomes so upset with their parents, how do they go and sleep? They sleep on their bed, head down. So when you are upset, when you are not comfortable, the best position is your tummy on the bed, tummy on the ground, and feel the tummy goes up and down. That is the pranayama. So you control your birth. Don't take my 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is not an exercise a PT master can give. So go Dr. TPS meditation. Though I don't teach meditation, because that is the word which is popular. If I don't put that word, nobody will reach. Dr. TPS meditation, but it is not meditation, it's only breathing practice. And where in which you can see the video one where my guru's pictures are there, because I belong to that tradition. Without their blessing, I cannot teach. So I kept their pictures. But keep seeing it once, and second time, have your own breathe. There are 2 streams which goes inside, and that takes air inside. And if you are very comfortable, you will see the beauty of the air which goes inside. You will see a cool breeze goes inside your 2 streams of nostrils, and that is enjoyable. And take that throughout your body to cleanse your body. You become strong by yourself. But I don't tell your BP will go. BP can be with different problems. If it is a chronic problem, it's different. You cannot treat that. So each problem has to be analyzed, but you will get sufficient control. Right now you take a BP tablet, definitely you will have acidic problem, because that's a byproduct of that. So when you have acidity, what will happen? Your tension will increase, adrenaline will go up, your biochemistry will change, again it will increase BP. So all the medicines are, that's why they say you take it. How much? You take 1 and try. After some time, if it doesn't reduce, you will take 2 and try. So what are you doing? Then you get some problem. What do you say? They will give you some acidic problem tablets also. Take both. Because there are many doctors don't know the biochemistry of the body. They don't know the function of our chemical mission inside our body. How much knowledge on the kidney and the liver and the heart doctors have? They only learned a little bit of it's like an application software, MCA, Master of Computer Application, but they don't know the architecture of computer, right? So there is a limit. This software, how does it work? They know, but we don't. We understood anatomy, we understood pathology, we understand biochemistry, we learn all this. So it's a holistic life. So we understand exercise. I also learned Kalaripayat, karate, all that when we learn. No, it's a holistic life. You look at it. Correct. So earlier when Seema was telling, I remember there is a great patriotic song. If you have not learned that, I think it's a beautiful one to teach your children. Ekata Swatantrata Samanata Rahe. Vishwa, actually it is Desh mein. I changed it to Vishwa mein Charitra ki Amanata Rahe. Samanata Rahe. That's a beautiful one. Look at for that lyrics. There is some place I also sing that to teach my children. This also answers the earlier question. Kand hai karod geet ek rashtra ka, rang hai anek chitra ek rashtra ka. So you can always differ. The earlier answer was mixing a lot of things, right? So immediately you said that patriotic. I thought I should remind you that song. It was wonderful. Your song was wonderful.
Thank you so much. And since the name of the session was Life Around Space, there is one new jargon which is very popular these days, and though youngsters use it, but I take a lot of privilege and advantage to use it on this platform. That is, I enjoyed the session, like we say, love you to the moon and back. And why do we say this expression? I don't know. Maybe because of the distance from Earth to moon on a return trip, which is predicted like 400 and...
No. In astrology, moon is called a Manas. Manam Darpana Samanam. Shankaracharya said. So if I say that I love you like moon, that means you are inside my Manas. You stay in front of a mirror, only then you are seeing. You move away, you are not seen. So you are like my mirror means always you are with me to reflect. That's what it means.
So that's beautiful, because that is what I said. This is a jargon which is used a lot these days.
It's not a jargon. It's a highly meaningful Shankaracharya's reverberation.
That's beautiful, because most of the youngsters do not know about it, and they just say, I love you moon and back, and when they say it, they really do not know the meaning of it. And I'm so happy that you have put that meaning in front of us. And I think today everybody can, after this particular deliberation, say that they have loved this session, moon and back, and with the right knowledge about the moon that you have given it to us. Dr. Manoj, I will now come to you to please ask your question that you had, or if the question is already answered, I would like you to conclude the session.
You love the session, but I love each one of you.
That's lovely, and we all loved you so much.
So that is the right word than loving the session. You love what I give you, but you don't love the food what I give. It's like a chef in a hotel. But the mother gives food, and then that's more tasty because there is a welcome to the sauce. That's a sauce.
This session right? Because of your presence in this. It's your
I was joking.
It makes this session so powerful for us. Yes, Dr. Manoj.
Yeah, actually no questions, but spellbound by a stalwart speaking, really wonderful hearing Dr. TPS. I don't want to say sir, because you yourself said you don't call me sir. So it was amazing, spellbound. We learned so many things. It's always a pleasure having such a renowned person with us. But the way you made it so simple, I mean, and now there's a huge different meaning to the word marriage. That is one something which we will now try not to use it. It's
again, Manoj, no word try in my dictionary. I'll do it.
Absolutely.
Another word. I keep asking all the children to write in pen and paper. I always keep pen and paper. I tell them, write try and then cut it, I say. Because it's not in your dictionary, I say. So no try word in your life. I do it.
Don't try to manage.
No try.
Try to manage. Yeah. So thank you so much. It was such a pleasure and such a lovely path you have said. Make it life so simple. It's like a water. You flow along with it and you'll enjoy life. And there are a lot of things. And we are so different from each other. We are all unique, but we can blend together, and it would be lovely if our politicians could learn from today's session. I wish somebody would have listened to them and had a word. This is also a blended environment where all of us are learning. So it was amazing having you, sir. It was terrific. Lot of learning. I mean, this video will be going very viral and a lot of people will be learning from it. Thank you so much. And this is a small token of appreciation from IDYM to you. So take it and it's a gratitude of honor for Dr. T.P. Shashi Kumar.
Thank you for
All
the
duty
certificate and
all
the honor.
gratitude we want to present you, sir.
Yeah.
This
Good.
is something which is very, very small in front of what we have attained today.
No,
It's
this
beautiful.
certificate and all is not good, but in between many people were showing thumb, Manoj was showing many times, and Ghanshyam was also showing. All that is much more powerful than this. See, that's what is required, right? Yeah, but as an organization, yes. Good.
Thank you so much
Loved it.
for being a part of the show. We loved it, really enjoyed it, and I'm sure a lot of people who were not there today will be watching the video again to check what lovely golden nuggets was given. And I love the way you said it. Just make it simple and enjoy. And don't have any timetables, don't have any particular thing. Go with the flow. It's such an amazing journey which you have from being a a scientist to go in astrology and a different field. It's such a learning curve. So thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you, IDVAM, for calling all of us, inviting us to learn from such a great stalwart.
And as it is said that keep it simple, I'll have to do it, though I really do not feel comfortable doing that. So this certificate of appreciation can be presented to me. Shashi Kumar
you.
sir, you can do that.
Done. That's for you.
Thank you.
It's once again, Dr. Seema, you are terrific host.
I-
Thank you again, IDVAM, and thank you, Dr. TPL, to present the certificate to Dr. Seema Negi.
And as we said, we all loved the show, we all loved everything. So we will end with the heart emoji since Sir spoke about the beautiful emotions that everybody was depicting through the different emoticons. So can we have all the heart emojis, please?
All my books are there on my website. You can download it and read it. And the book also contains, when that was released in Delhi, somebody read what is KISS, KISS. Keep it simple and sweet. So God bless you.
Concluding note is keep it simple and sweet.
Inshallah, enjoyed. God bless you. Let everybody have blissfulness in their life.
Means a lot.
Send
Thank you
the
so much, sir. Thank you so much.
send
Thank
send
you.
a WhatsApp message. Keep looking at YouTube. Post the comments because I take nearly 3-4 hours for editing and posting it. So it takes a lot of time. Right? So I do myself. I am a multimedia person who trained from Delhi. I was part of
Multimedia, multi-talented.
Consortium for
And all
Educational
multi-
Communication,
and all
where I
multi-
learned videography and editing and all that.
Multifaceted personality.
Yes, it's all multi.
I don't have any other job. This is my life.
And that's the beautiful life.
Enjoying every moment.
Very versatile.
Very enjoying. Love you all.
So with this, we conclude the session. Thank you, everyone. It was beautiful deliberation, and I think this was our longest session.
Thank you, sir.
Started at 6:55, and we are here at 8:25, and everybody is glued to their screen. That is the power of knowledge, and that is the knowledge each one of us have gained today. Because sometimes Google just gives us information, but what we got today, from information to knowledge and knowledge to wisdom. So this beautiful 1.5-hour journey of knowledge to wisdom was so very enlightening. Thank you so much, sir. Truly humbled to have you here.
Thank you, Dr. Seema, for you were so much of energy. I have seen you, so that space have to be comfortable space. So that's why I do a homework of looking at who is this fellow. The picture doesn't show sometimes, so you'll have to. One of the method is to look at, right? So that's what I
And
did.
Google have a lot of answers these days.
No, I keep doing it. Not now. I used to do most of the time.
We all do that because that is how we feel connected.
So you have done lot of homework also. Though you are not connecting to me, you are virtually connecting to me. Good.
Thank you.
See,
thank
I
you so
keep
much,
saying
sir.
I all took birth in BC before computers, but living in AD after digital. So when you ask the history, that's what is ABCD, right? So ABCD talks about before, in between BC is what AD is. So that's how we connect history to the present world.
And that's a very, very unique perspective. This I'm going to use it next time somewhere, definitely. So thank you. With your kind permission, I am now stopping the deliberation and I'll end this meeting. So thank you everyone once again.
Pranams,
Thank you so much.
pranams
Thank
and
you.
love to each one of you. Let God bless all of you.
Pranam, sir. Pranam.